And good evening. Welcome to Strategic Trading's actual call for the day. Now, this is going to be our last test for how we would operate for an actual trade. So today we're going to be looking at dollar CAD, that's USD CAD, and we will be selling the strike of 2,400. Because we're looking at this mispricing right here. We have 2380 for 3025, yet we have 2,400 for 30. So we're going to go ahead and sell 2,400. The current indicative is 2357, which is more than enough what we need. And we have 3 contracts that will be running. All right. So in this case, our max profit is $90 on that deal, and our max loss is $213. A little bit outside of our range, but it's still a good deal for us. So we place an order and check to make sure that trade is open. And that trade is most definitely open. And this is a dollar yen trade that we have working because I feel that price is within the limits, within the range of coming down and getting that. But that's another deal I'm working. So now back over here to markets, Forex, dollar calendar, 3 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to be looking at the buy side this time. All right. Buy side this time, we're going to be looking at either 2,300, which is $85, which is gives us around $15 a tick. But look what we have at 2,320. So we're going to go ahead and take 2,320, and we're going to get 3 of those, which is about the same payout as we're looking on the other one. All right, almost exactly 90.75 for one, and with a max loss of 212.25. Place that. And we'll check it, make sure that we have the trade open, and we do. So we are buying 2320 and we are selling 2400, and that is how we will actually have the calls placed to you. Right now, those tickets will be sent to you, and you will try to get them for that price and as close to it as possible. So timing is kind of crucial, but we pick out long enough strikes that it shouldn't be that far off of pricing if we don't get it. Now, next, we'll show you how we do the Forex insurance. Okay, so the next step is doing the basic math on this thing. Now, you have to determine how many pips that you want the most value, or the actual contract cost, the value of them to be placed in. And that determines on how much your leverage is going to be. What I mean is simply this. We have, we're going to call this $220 on either side is the maximum risk that we're facing. And I want that maximum risk of $220 to be within a 10 pip range. So we have simply 220 divided by 10 equals $22 a pip is what that needs to be. So now we go on to the next part of putting in $22 a pip. How much margin do we need? All right, now we're over here at our nifty Forex calculator, and here we can go ahead and we can determine the actual size of our trade that we need to do. So we're trading the dollar Canada, so everything's going to be in USD, and right now we have 500 to 1 leverage, and the actual trading instrument is the dollar Canada. Now we have 3 contracts that we're running. So if you use a baseline 3 contracts, or excuse me, baseline 1 contract per lot per lot, excuse me, and you have three. That gives you three lots that you're running. For that, you will need $600 even in margin, but that will give you $24.28 a pip, which is actually over what we need. And for our purposes, that's going to be something that we want to do, because one of the things that we do in generating this business, how we get paid as the insurance company, is the fact that if we have to pay out 220, we have generated just a little over 220. So therefore, that leaves a profit margin for us as well. In this case, we're going to make it a little bit more. We're going to make our leverage 3.5, and that gives us $28, and we need $700 in margin. Now, that is a little bit more along the range that we're looking at. So let's now go ahead and place the order. Okay, now to place the order, we come to the Dollar Canada page, and we're going to first get our pips right with our lot sizes. So we are running, get that off of there, 0, we're going to go with 3.50 lots of what we're running. Now we're going to put that into 10 pip range, and where we end up at being negative is 2,400. So we are going to enter, and oh, see, that's a market excuse. First thing we need to change there to a buy stop order. 3.5 is the distance, is the lot value, and we entered the trade at 23.90, and we will take profit at 24. At 2,400, 1.2400. Now we will also stops. We'll talk about stops later, but stops are one of those things that you have to manage inside of the trade itself. And what I mean is, you want to have a stop. You do. You most definitely need to have a stop. And in this case, I will show you that a stop should be around the same value that you're looking at. But you don't want to enter into a stop position too soon and mess around and close yourself out when you don't have to. But just to be on the safe side, because we're running at such a high level, I will place this stop at 23.70. We're going to give ourselves twice that amount to be safe. So 23.70 is where I place the stop. But that's a managed thing, and as we get into it, the management of it becomes different. So let's go ahead now and place the order, and we have our buy stop in place. We come over here to our Dollar Canada, and we have our sell stop at, when our sell stop is going to be at, let's look at this again, 23.20 is where we're going to be selling, is where we are going to lose our contract at 23.20. So we want to enter, of course, at 23.30. So let's go ahead and get 23.30. Market execution, change to a sell stop. 23.30 is the entry, and 23.20 is where we clock out at a profit 1.2320, and 23.30 is where we ended. So 23.50 is where we place our stop. And now let's check it on the actual chart. See what she looks like. now, here we go. Now, let's see here. Let's change this to a 1 hour time frame. Okay, here we go. Now you can see that such a small distance gives you such a huge advantage in your trading because one of these two options, either at 2400 or at 2320, must be good at expiration. One of them must be. So the other one, if it is not good, to cross that barrier and become a losing contract, you must cross that barrier of Forex. And that Forex barrier is your insurance. Now, we over here will take that premium that you've given us, that we have gotten, and place those trades in that manner that we can generate more than you would lose. So, therefore, by paying the client the remainder of the funds generated, that leaves a profit margin for us and a security for the client. Now, this is a concept that has never been done before. It was thought of, conceived of, and actually done here on several levels. We've had several actual trades that have gone off exactly as planned, and the only issues that have arisen that have also been taken care of now has been the actual transportation and delivery of the funds from our location or our area to the client to place back in his Nadex contracts to continue on trading. Usually that takes 3 to 5 days. And when we go through other measures to shorten that time, such as going through the blockchain and using Bitcoin, well, that went well at first until Bitcoin and the miners decided to up the fees and short and lengthen the time, excuse me. So that became non-feasible as well. But the solution that I came up with was actually very brilliant. It's not trying to toot my horn out. I don't want to sound that way. But what we do now is each client, one of the recommendations that each client have is a Pax Forex account himself. So between the client and strategic trading, the client has his Nadex contracts. He pays the premium for whichever package he wishes to purchase for a month, 2 months, 3 months, however, and he pays us for this service. And we do just this. And when the clients, uh, when his contracts expire and his trade is no good, it is out of the money, then he will send us the email forward the email where his trade finished out of the money, and we will then reimburse him the fees that he spent on that contract, and we pay him by depositing his funds into his own personal Pax Forex trading account. So this client here, if it's tomorrow and his in 2400 is breached, then 70 well, it's actually $220. $220 will then be deposited into his account from our account using an internal transfer. So this system is free and instant. Now, as far as the client is concerned, he can pull all, some, or none of his funds, and the client can then choose to either go the 3 to 5 days that it would take to send the money by bank wire from Pax Forex and deposit in the money that was lost out of Nadex himself. He can decide to wait and trade. He can do many things. It is up to him. And we give you the flexibility and the ability to decide that for yourself. But here, we will insure you against loss by this methodology that we have. And I want to thank you for your time and your consideration for looking at what we're doing over here. And I hope that you decide to join us and be a client of strategic trading. Well, that's a brief rundown. And thank you very much and have a wonderful, wonderful night.